all for the first week's rent, which was about 15 quid for my first motorcycle shop. And I paid the guy the rent for the shop, and because I was in the building trade, I already knew a sign writer who would write up the name Ron Holland Motorcycles. So I phoned him up. I said, "You remember me? We go back in the building trade." I said, "Come and write up the name right above my shop, Ron Holland Motorcycles." So he wrote up the name. When he come down off the ladder, he said, "That's £6, right? £6 for writing my name up above the shop." Right, now what do you think I did? Eh? Well, I told you I didn't have any money. I had enough money to pay the week's rent. So I was a bit embarrassed, but I had the foresight to have a checkbook from the bank, my first checkbook. Yeah. So I wrote him out a cheque. He was ever so disappointed because those sign letters like get paid in cash. So I said, well, I made some excuse. And I gave him the cheque for £6, my first checkbook. And off he went. And about an hour later he came back. And I said, "What's the matter?" He says, "Well, you haven't signed it." Right? I said, "What do you mean I haven't signed it?" He said, "Well, you've given me a cheque, you've got to sign your name." Now, how would I have known that? It was my first business. Oh, I said, "I've got to sign it." So what an embarrassment, eh? So I signed the cheque and off he went. He was happy. And then I'm the proud owner of a motorcycle shop. And how I filled it up, obviously I've got the name up now, so people started coming in for repairs. "Oh, you repair motorbikes?" "Yeah." And a few of my friends, and obviously because I was a motorbike nutter myself, I put a few motorbikes of my own on the forecourt. Some friends of mine put some motorbikes there, and suddenly it started to look like a motorcycle shop with no money, with this investment of 15 quid. Okay? Now, in my first week, I was repairing motorbikes, and I was quite proud that I had broken away from the building industry, finished my apprenticeship as a carpenter, set up my first motorcycle shop. But I remember it ever so clearly. On the Thursday, I had this wave of embarrassment go through every sinew in my body. It went from my head to my toes and back up. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't believe it. I just woke up. I thought, my God, what have I done? I've come out of the building industry where I'm a professional carpenter and joiner, and I've set up a motorbike shop, and I haven't taken any money in. And what's going to happen to me? I'm going to go bankrupt in my first week. And I could feel the sweat, the embarrassment. I thought, this is just unbelievable. What am I going to tell my mum and my dad? What am I going to tell my friends? This is just unbelievable, right? What am I going to do? And I really was in